Hello Divinities, J Simone here with a haul video for you guys. I do apologize in advance. I will be adjusting my earbuds a lot because they tend to fall out if I start talking or doing stuff. So today's haul video, last week I went with a friend of mine to Beads and Botanicals. Is a crystal shop, metaphysical shop located in Champaign, Illinois, and I was able to pick up some stuff. I originally was going to get some candles. I wanted to try some 7-day candles and do some candle magic, but I settled on incense instead because your girl has a short attention span and she ain't trying to sit there and watch the candle burn for like 7 days. Like, no. At least with incense, I can sit there and monitor it for a few hours. I'm like super picky about like how much of a fire hazard I am going to be at any given time. Here is what we picked up from that. I have quite a few things. I also got some books. So, let's see. First things first, we got a new Oracle deck. I've already opened it, played with this one a little bit, and I do have a video that shows me prepping it for use because I do have like a routine that I have for maintaining decks and stuff like that, just because when you first purchase one, depending on the type of material it's made out of, cards can kind of stick together. I go into more detail with that in that video. So yes, it's already open, it's already been used, I've already shuffled it a few times, I've already worked with it a little bit, gotten fairly attuned to my energy since purchase. But this was part of the purchase from that store. I actually am glad I purchased the pocket edition just because I don't know where, if like you guys catch any of my other social media stuff, but I've noted, and I try to make sure I note this across all the platforms, even though I have like different content on each different platform, and by different content I mean like just different things I'm saying on each different platform. I have a hand injury that makes it kind of like hard for me to work with tarot sometimes, so getting the pocket sized version of these, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like these at first because like usually when you get an Oracle deck it comes with like a little booklet that has an explanation for all the stuff that each card stands for. With these I found that the explanation, instead of coming with a booklet, the explanation's found on the back of the cards, which took some getting used to. I actually don't mind. Usually in that case though, I'll probably shuffle it, or at least when I do shuffle it, I shuffle them with the pictures facing me just because that's what I prefer. I don't want to really see the words or anything like that. I feel like if I look at the words as I'm shuffling, I'm gonna end up like being really picky and choosy as to like what comes out and stuff like that, or like I might interpret the message wrong. So that is one of the things I picked up. I believe another thing I picked up, but it's hard to remember just because I always have this on hand. I picked up Flora water. I'm a firm believer that you can never have too much Flora water, especially since it is a cleansing. And to me, the most important things in any spiritual practice is to, 1, be able to cleanse, and 2, be able to protect yourself. So now we're gonna get into the bag here, and I've actually like held off on using some of this stuff because I wanted to make sure that I had it for the haul. Because look, I've been wanting to like, I got some candles with this and I've been wanting to use the candles, and I was like, no, I need to wait and save for the haul so that way like, you know, everyone can see what I picked up. So as I mentioned before, I know I said I didn't get any candles, but like I didn't get any 7-day candles. I got like smaller candles. I typically work with incense just because I'm trying to be a minor fire hazard and not a major fire hazard. So one of the incense I picked up is a 7-chakra incense. You can pick this up if you want to purchase this online, or if you're interested in buying this online, you can get it from Wise Weeds. You can see that there. And I actually really like this one. This was probably the first 7-chakra incense I've ever worked with, and I just honestly felt like, or I've liked the smell of this one more than I've liked even like regular other 7-chakra incenses that I've worked with. Like right now I'm using one that's like called Chi Force. I think I still would prefer this incense to Chi Force. Picked up another one for health and healing. Obviously, given the state of my hand, that is why I picked that one up. Another one that I picked up was business attraction, because I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to be a content creator, and of course I need to like get some stuff moving, or get, you know, the energy, popularity flowing. So that is one of the ones that I picked up just to kind of like burn as I'm like, you know, working in my space, my content creation space. And then I picked up another one for money to burn because, which is ironic seeing as I had no business buying any of this stuff, but retail therapy is a thing. But I picked up money to burn just because your girl does need do some more money work soon. I also picked up Mystic Wisdom. This one is to help with, you know, connecting to your psychic abilities, and I've been wanting to kind of connect with my psychic abilities as of late, especially since like I do read tarot, at least for myself. I don't read it for anyone else, so please do not ask. I also picked up Blessings because, I don't know, I've been kind of down lately. I'm very vocal about like, you know, mental health and stuff like that. So I figured the Blessings might help me out with me feeling down, and also just like, at least in my personal life, I feel like I need some blessings. So that is what I got. And one of the candles I got was another one for Mystic Wisdom, this purple votive candle, which I am really excited to use this one. I'm gonna use it this coming Monday. It's gonna be like what, a waning moon? No, not waning. It's gonna be a waxing moon, and also Monday is a good time to work with like your psychic abilities and stuff like that. So I am gonna be using this votive. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna like use it for like a meditation, or if I'm gonna just use it as like an offering to my spirit team to ask them for help and assistance with like, you know, me developing my psychic abilities and gifts. I did also pick up some crystals while I was there because I cannot not buy shiny things on there. So I picked up, this one is onyx. I don't know if you guys can see that well, but this is some onyx crystal. I picked this up because I wanted to be able to do some shadow work and stuff like that. And then I also picked up, I believe I picked up some citrine. Citrine is good for like if you're doing like money workings and stuff like that. And if I remember correctly, citrine is also a quartz base, and I wanted some citrine to throw into one of my wealth bowls. I have two different wealth bowls, one of which has like a Rose of Jericho in it, and I wanted citrine to throw into the one with Rose of Jericho. Let's see. Then as you can see, I picked up another votive, money to burn, just because like I said, your girl needs some money right now. She's going a little broke. Classes that I had that day when I went there. And then some of the other, I also picked up books because, okay, so I really love this store. They have like a lot of great books. They have like a lot of great everything. And then like you can get cards there, you can get books there, you can get like essential oils, you can get like a bunch of stuff there, and they also have like beading stuff, so they like do jewelry making and stuff like that. So I got a book on the Akashic Records made easy. I have a slight interest in the Akashic Records at this time. I believe that is due to the fact that like I did a meditation, like an Akashic Record meditation, but like I felt that like when I looked at my personal Akashic Record book, it was like as thick as this one is. So like I was kind of like, oh, does that mean, like, what does that mean? So I could be wrong. I could have just misinterpreted, like, you know, what was going on during that meditation and stuff like that. So I got this so I can kind of explore it a little bit more, and also learn a little bit more about the Akashic Records, because like I also just, one of the biggest things in spirituality, at least for me, is like, and I know that this is something that I need to work on, it's just the knowledge of letting go of wanting to know everything. And like the Akashic Records are essentially supposed to be like knowledge of all that is or will be or has been, stuff like that. And I wanted to be able to look at my own Akashic Records, especially since I don't know if I'm gonna be able to work with anyone in specifically that's like attuned to the Akashic Records and stuff like that, because there are people that you can work with specifically regarding the Akashic Records. And also just because, I don't know, I'm always intrigued by like diving deeper into like anything that's like meditative or anything doing with like your conscious state. So that is why I picked up that book. And another one I picked up was Foundations of Reiki. I have a slight interest in Reiki. Reason for that being is Reiki is one of many forms of energy manipulation. I don't know if I want to like learn Reiki and be like a Reiki practitioner, but I do know that Reiki does let you like also develop like a connection to your spirit guides and spirit team and stuff like that. I mean, if anything, I can do Reiki on myself. And I've also found it like interesting to know that like you can do Reiki attunements and stuff. Like Reiki requires Reiki attunements from other Reiki masters and stuff like that. And personally, like I've had Reiki sessions, and Reiki sessions are interesting. I like when I've had Reiki sessions done on me, I've like, you know, made sure to document just kind of like what happened during the session and stuff like that. And I think that they can definitely be vibrational, like they can raise your vibration and help with like getting your chakras all attuned and stuff like that. But they help, like Reiki can essentially kind of like raise your vibration, get your chakras aligned and stuff like that. But it can also like bring up or like start moving stagnant energy that may be within your body. That is all that I picked up from Leaves and Botanicals. I will probably do book reviews on these two, as I've mentioned before. I don't know if it was in previous videos or on other platforms, that I'm interested in doing like spiritual book reviews, so I can tell you which ones are worth your money, which ones are not worth your money, because there's like a lot of spiritual books out right now. So I think these will be interesting to look at and review, and kind of like I at least have a general idea as to whether or not I can tell you whether something's going to be like in the beginner range or something's going to be in the more intermediate or advanced range. And I bring that up because one of my reviews that will be coming soon kind of like goes over beginner to like intermediate to advanced range, and I definitely feel like that's something that's super important that kind of should be emphasized in the spiritual community, because you don't want to, I know I'm probably quoting someone on this, but I'm not quite sure who. You don't want to be in a spiritual, like be on your spiritual journey or within your spiritual community and like go knocking on doors, quote unquote, or even like honestly knocking on doors where you don't know what's behind them. Like your spiritual team does protect you and they look out for you and they try to make sure you're safe and everything. But I would like to not have my spiritual team intercede in situations like that if I can, like, you know, one, not get into the situation to begin with because I know better, and I want to be able to like provide that type of information to just beginners and new people that like jump into spirituality and don't have the proper protections and whatnot in place, and then they start to panic because then they're like, oh my goodness, I'm summoning demons. And it's like, no, you're not summoning demons. You're just attracting low vibrational entities because you didn't practice proper protection. There's like, anyways. And maybe I'll go over at some point, if you guys want to see this video, just let me know, like over how to do like, you know, like a daily protection circle, or like different types of protections you can do to keep yourself safe. Sorry, I thought someone was walking up behind me, which is great. That's another thing that happens when you get into spirituality. You start seeing things out of the corner of your eye and you don't know what they are, and they just happen suddenly. I don't know if that was the wind or if one of my ancestors or guides were trying to sneak up on me and be nosy. If I had to guess, probably my ancestors being nosy, because that's just what they do. But yes, if you guys want to see like something that's like, I guess you could call it a daily prayer or like a daily mantra that like helps with protecting your energy, please let me know, just because like I said, I kind of want to like make sure I go over like the basics, the basics. Like if you suddenly woke up, you were awakened, how to protect yourself, and just kind of like what to expect and where to look and find your information for whatever it is that you get led to follow or cult, especially since I like to obtain information and then just hoard it because I don't have a problem. Anyways, so that is my first set of things that I have collected. Another set of things is I'm going to, just because this one's going to be like a relatively smaller type of haul, I'm going to go ahead and include some crystals that I bought from Rock Soul Love, which is a crystal, I want to say franchise, but not really. There's only like 3 of them in Illinois. And yes, that is where I'm located, Illinois. Anyway, so I've picked up, from Rock Soul Love, I picked up a clear quartz bracelet. I watched a YouTube video by, I don't remember her name, and I'm probably going to have to link it. She mentioned clear quartz, and I love clear quartz. I feel like clear quartz is one of those things that you just cannot go without or cannot have too much of, especially as a spiritual practitioner. Reason for that being is clear quartz is easily programmable, so it can do like pretty much be substitute for any crystal. It can do like any crystal. It's also like a high vibe crystal, but it's basic and easy to get your hands on. So I got clear. I also got shungite. So lately I've been messing with shungite because I had picked up these Egyptian healing rods, or just, you know, healing rods in general. And what they are is they're like, if you look at photos of Egyptians, you see like pharaohs holding like 2 cylinders in their hand. And there's like different types of healing rods, though in particular you can find healing rods that are soapstone and shungite, or you can find ones that are copper and zinc with like, I believe quartz crystal mixture inside of them. Now I have a set of both. However, I use the shungite and soapstone ones more than I use the copper and zinc ones. And I will do a video later on like healing rods and stuff like that. Just because I need to do like more research. I honestly found them on a whim, and like they've popped up more or less throughout like my spiritual like research. But I was hoping to get a soapstone bracelet as well as a shungite bracelet, so that way I could have like the effects of the healing rods, but in a more convenient way, because like I don't want to walk around, like these healing rods are really thick and I don't want to walk around with my hands around these healing rods all day. So I figured if I had them as bracelets, then, you know, probably almost the same thing. Close enough, right? I found that like, at least with the shungite one, possibly because it's cold, possibly because it actually does something, because like the other thing is, this is anecdotal evidence. I don't have any actual like scientific proof to back this stuff up. And hopefully when I get around to like doing the video on healing rods, I can get more information regarding that. But at least for me, like, I feel like when I hold them, I have a significant improvement in the situation regarding my hand and arm. Like the pain, like after holding them for a while, the pain goes away. Now, I don't know if it's because, like I said, I'm just holding them and that's it, and, you know, not moving my hand or using my hand, and that's why the pain stops, or if it's because of what actually happens with the healing rods. Healing rods are supposed to like help balance your auric field, I believe is what they do. Not 100% sure. Like I said, I'm gonna have a video that's more in depth on healing rods when I get a chance to do more research on it. But so far, like I said, they were popping up. I figured I'd go ahead and purchase some, try them out, see what happens. The other thing I picked up was this rose quartz heart from Rock Soul Love. I wanted this to go with my collection of crystals that are with my tarot deck, because I felt that if I read tarot, like, I want to make sure the messages that come through or are conveyed are done so in a loving way, or like promote a feeling of love and compassion. And I've been wanting a clear quartz, or not clear quartz, but a rose quartz crystal for that collection for a while. But I hadn't decided if I wanted a star one, a heart one, or a moon one, because if you've seen in other videos, like the crystals that I use for my tarot mat and for my tarot decks, they are in the shape of like stars and hearts and moons. So I wasn't sure, but I saw this at the store. I was like, all right, well, we're gonna go ahead and get that, because now I don't have to order one online. So yeah, I have rose quartz. And then I also picked up, and this one's interesting, Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot. I have mixed feelings about this tarot deck. It's, of course, 78 cards, has an instruction booklet, all that other fun stuff. And as you guys know, a majority of my spirituality background is Kemetic based, which is like ancient Egypt. Just because I felt like that gave more of a generalization, and also is a lot of ancient African spirituality that like managed to survive. I believe Yoruba was another one that managed to survive, and or at least like be recorded and written down. Anyways, this one's interesting because, and I'm not familiar with the Brotherhood of Light, so I thought this one was cool because it features like a lot of this card right here is the Magician card, and as you can see, it's got like an alchemical symbol on it, or I believe this is also not just alchemy, but also or astrological symbol on it. And then it's got like characters and some other characters as well. And then another thing is that I found was interesting with this one was because like when I first got this deck, because I've like looked at it and shuffled it a few times and stuff like that, I saw that now usually the Fool card is the first card you see. It's a 0, like it gets marked with a 0, and it's like the first one that's like you'll see as part of the deck. And this one, no, the Fool card was last out of all the major arcana. I have mixed feelings about this deck because, well, first of all, when you get the Death card, it looks like this, which to me doesn't really line up with like ancient Egyptian, like the ancient Egyptian concept of death, or at least like, you know, I would think that it would try to be like the ancient Egyptian, like god over death that would have been attributed to this. Or like, for example, this one, which is the Tower, and it has like a pyramid and people falling down from it. This isn't meant to be like a full review on this, just because, like I said, I could honestly go on for hours about tarot cards and tarot card decks. So the reason I have mixed feelings on this is because ancient Egypt was a community of Black people, and this deck isn't primarily Black focused. At least with the men, they're Black, but like there are other cards in this deck that features like other women, or like that feature women, for example, and the women are all shown as either white or light skinned or something like that. Now, I've heard supposedly, and I need to research this more, that Isis was considered an Egyptian goddess with lighter skin, but I mean, she was still Black. And honestly, I would, until I get time to research this further as well, I would say she was Black. So it's kind of like, I feel like this was like mystic in a way, and it has a lot of mystic potential, but it has like underlying Christian themes that should not have been included with it. My full thoughts on this deck, I'm probably have to give at a later date, just because this was created by the Brotherhood of Light, and so there's like a book, a specific book for it. I believe it says here, the Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot deck provides companion cards to the acclaimed book, The Sacred Tarot by C.C. Zane, which explores the relationships between the tarot, Kabbalah, astrology, and numerology. The original 1936 black and white images have been redesigned as full-color Egyptian tarot cards. Like I said, I feel like I need to read that book, The Sacred Tarot, just to have a better understanding of this. I also need to have a understanding of the Kabbalah and increase my understanding of astronomy. Not astronomy, I like astronomy too, but I meant to say astrology, in order to really get a full value, full encompassing of this deck. Like, I need to get further along on my spiritual journey and have more knowledge and like knowledge of mysticism and stuff like that to fully make use of this. But as a Black person who, you know, is Kemetic spirituality based, it's kind of like a slap in the face when you look at this deck. And I'll see if I can find an example. It's kind of like a slap in the face, because it's like that movie Gods of Egypt, where they were like, oh, we're gonna make all the gods of Egypt like white. And you know, everyone knows that Egypt was called Kemet, which meant the land of the Blacks. So that probably. Alright, so this one's the Chariot card. Chariot card, gentleman on it, he is Black. This one, Justice card. Two women, both white. High Priestess, white woman. This one, I believe, is Empress, white woman. I think there's like another one where it's like Now there is one point where they do like imitate the green skin, and this is for temperance, which is also why I slightly have a problem with this one, because temperance, like in most tarot decks, is represented by Archangel Gabriel, and so I feel like they kind of like stuck with like the angelic-y Christian themes on this one. But like the green skin, as you can see, is supposed to be, it kind of like mimics, I want to say Ptah, I believe, is the Egyptian god, or at least that's the Kemetic name. The Greek name and most widely known and name is going to be it's going to be Osiris, or like this one, which is supposed to be the moon, and you've got like pyramids and a scorpion and like 2 jackals. Or let's see here, I believe this one is the lovers, and like I said, woman's white. Or you get judgment, and as you can see, the woman is white. So, and then also like, I don't know if you can see from the camera, but then it's got like the quote-unquote angel with like a trumpet, which I'm just like, okay, I don't know if that would be ancient Egyptian, but all right. So yeah, that's why I have mixed feelings about this tarot deck. So we'll see how it goes, see if I keep it, see if I decide that it's not really worth it, you know, all that fun stuff. Like I will not do a review of this deck until I've probably read the mentioned book, The Sacred Tarot, and also done a little bit further research into like ancient Egyptian stuff, other than what I already know. So yeah, those my final thoughts are that as a spiritual practitioner with a focus on Kemetic spirituality, just be wary of the tarot decks you pick up if you're trying to pick up tarot decks specifically that are like Egyptian made. And I'm hoping that like my purchases of them, I'll be able to show you guys the cards so that way you can see it before you decide to purchase it yourself, so you can save yourself the heartache by watching me just go through the heartache instead. Because in this incarnation, I have incarnated as a Black woman, and therefore I want to make sure that I respect that portion of my choice for doing this incarnation. And that means choosing tarot cards that are either, like, depending on what it is, focused on inclusivity. Like if this was solely inclusivity, you know, maybe I'd be okay with this. But like, to me, if you're gonna make something that's Egypt, the people are supposed to be Black. So yes, that is all for this haul video. Like I said, these are from stores around Illinois because I have a habit of just deciding to go to crystal stores and spend money that I have no business spending at crystal stores. And yeah, I'll hopefully eventually one day have a review for this tarot deck, and I'll have a review for these books. I do want to thank you guys for watching this video. I definitely appreciate it. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications so that way you see every time I post. Please leave a comment down below. The YouTube algorithm likes comments, and also I just want to hear from you guys. I'm trying to build a community here, and I definitely want to like be able to interact with you guys more. Comments help me do that. And also, I like getting you guys feedback on videos and stuff. Like, I don't know, is my lighting terrible right now because I'm only using the lamp light? Should I pick up my ring light and add that to my lighting? Do I need to improve my presentation style? Do I need to, like, you know, just constructive criticism? I'm more than happy with you guys leaving in the comments. Like, I actually appreciate that. And also, just like, I like to hear about you guys' spiritual experiences, or like you guys' experience with like using certain spiritual tools, like for example the healing rods. Have you tried them? I'm curious. I want to know what you guys think. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you've tried out healing rods, and I will hopefully get a in-depth, well-researched video on healing rods soon. Let me know if you guys want to see a video like on protection or on like daily mantras to like protect your auric field, and I probably will do that anyways, because now that I think about it, like, that's something super important that you should know when you first start out or when you first awaken, because trust me, you don't want to start pulling in energy vampires and everything like that. Thank you guys again for watching, and I hope to see y'all soon. Bye.